In today's edition of Pantherology, we are going to talk about what Sam Darnold must improve on to be the future of the Carolina Panthers and to be successful this season so that he doesn't end up being another Teddy Bridgewater next year. All in today's edition of Pantherology. What is going on, guys? Clay here, back at it again. Here, still in Phoenix, Arizona. Just got back this weekend from Sedona. Nice little mini vacation this weekend. I hope everybody had a nice Father's Day. So shout out to all the fathers out there watching. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, glad to have you. Also, if you're new to the channel, only 33% of you who subscribe to this channel are watching, and the other 67 that are watching are not subscribed. So we need to switch those numbers around. It needs to be 67 subscribers and maybe 33%, or let's just get 100% subscribers. But anyways, like I said, as always, pound that like button, pound the subscribe button, click that post notifications bell. I love the support, so keep that up. Giveaways are coming, guys. Announcements, not many today. And let's just go ahead and dive into today's video. Now, as we all suspect, there is a lot on the line for Sam Darnold, this coming season. The Carolina Panthers obviously made a bold move to acquire the quarterback, giving him what could be his final chance to prove himself that he can be productive as a signal caller in this league. So whether he can do this or not is still up for debate. Now, Matt Rule has placed plenty of faith in Darnold, but if he fails to repay this confidence, it could end up being another long season and one that could end up with another losing record. However, if this trade pays off for the Panthers, it should end up being a big steal. So with this in mind, guys, let's get into my list of improvements for Sam Darnold for this upcoming season. First things first, he needs to start recognizing the pressure. Now, in all fairness here to Sam Darnold, the New York Jets had a revolving door for an offensive line for the majority of his time under center. Now, however, if the signal caller wants to make a success of his time with the Carolina Panthers, he'll need to recognize pressure a little bit better. So this all comes with age, though. Now, one way Darnold can solve this issue is in the film room and being there every single week, studying what an opposing defense likes to do when it comes to pressure. Makes all the difference. So with the quarterback sure to get plenty of assistance from a competent coaching staff for the first time in his career. Now, once the player is fully prepared for every challenge week to week, then he must put it all together on the field. Darnold needs to learn that there is nothing wrong with throwing it away and then living to fight basically another day. And not every play runs like clockwork. I mean, rather that than take a sack for a huge loss or a potential turnover. So if Darnold can make strides in this area, it's going to help him and the Panthers considerably as they aim for a surprising playoff spot the next time around. The next thing that he needs to improve on and really work on also is his decision making. Now, there are plenty of excuses for Sam Darnold from his time on the New York Jets, but that should not detract from how poor his decision making was at times. Now, being flustered in the pocket is more than enough for an opposing defense to smell blood. But there was a small matter of Darnold's lack of confidence to also consider in this regard. But having the arm talent is only going to get you so far in this league and for so long in the NFL. Now, the Carolina Panthers are giving Darnold a pass for his efforts at MetLife Stadium. They see something in this quarterback to suggest he can thrive in their scheme and with the abundance of talent to utilize in the passing game, something he rarely had in New York. Now, Darnold needs to hit the ground running. Be careful with the football and make the right reads almost every single time. Now, whether that comes with a check down or a bomb downfield, if the chance is there, it's important that the player comes through in big moments for this team. This failure is what ultimately led to Teddy Bridgewater's trade to the Denver Broncos for a 6th-round pick and a dead cap figure of more than $17 million. So if the same problems surface with Darnold, it's going to have some pretty serious ramifications for the player and the organization. Now, mechanically, at least, everything is there for Darnold. And he's managed to put together some impressive highlights to go along with the bad. But unless his decisions from the pocket make strides, the questions surrounding his viability as an NFL starter will remain. Now, next on this list that I made, the Sam Darnold confidence factor. This could be arguably his biggest factor. Nobody is really talking about, to be honest. Is Sam Darnold's confidence past the point of no return? That is a legitimate question, considering everything that transpired with Darnold on the New York Jets. Now, Sam admitted he was stung by the team's decision to trade after taking BYU prospect Zach Wilson with the number 2 overall pick this past draft, which officially made him surplus to requirements, and with his long-term aspirations hanging in the balance. In truth, this could go either way for Darnold. Now, either he uses his predicament as a source of motivation and starts realizing his potential, or he continues to regress and leaves the Carolina Panthers with no alternative other than to go in a different direction once again in 2022. It's a fine line, and nobody knows for sure just what the last 3 years have done to Darnold from a confidence standpoint. Now, he is certainly making the right sort of impression during his initial time on the field at OTAs. So both Matt Rule and Christian McCaffrey gave Darnold praise for his application and command of the huddle, which is a solid foundation from which to build. This obviously needs to continue when the signal caller takes the field in a competitive setting. One thing is for sure, though, it won't take long to find out just how confident Darnold remains in his own ability. Now, the next improvement's not really an improvement. It's more of a problem, and it's a restless fan base. It's been a long time since the fans of the Carolina Panthers, like myself, had anything to shout about on the field. Their memorable seasons in the mid-2010s are now a distant memory in the what have you done for me lately world of the NFL. So not having a winning campaign since 2017 is something else that piles even more pressure on his current team to turn things around at the earliest possible opportunity. Now, Sam has an enormous task in 2021. More than a few supporters were skeptical about the player's arrival, which is justified judging by his first 3 years in the league. But they are at least going to give the quarterback an opportunity before coming to a formal conclusion. Now, don't make no mistake, it won't take long for the natives to get restless if things start slowly for Darnold in Carolina. At least on the outside looking in, there are some very favorable early games on that 2021 schedule of ours. If Darnold can generate initial momentum, pick up some crucial victories along the way, things might get a little ugly, with fans now permitted back in the stands at the Bank of America Stadium. The bar isn't exactly high for Darnold where Carolina's recent signal callers are concerned. Cam Newton's injury problems belied his final 2 years with the franchise before his controversial release. He was followed by the likes of Kyle Allen, Taylor Hinkie, Will Greer, Teddy Bridgewater, and PJ Walker, who weren't exactly up to the required standards. So what comes next will be ultimately down to Darnold. Everything is in place for him to thrive, but a strong start is absolutely critical. That is today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. What Sam Darnold must improve on to be the future of the Panthers and to be successful in this upcoming 2021 season. You know what to do. Pound the out of that like button, pound the subscribe button, comment down below, click that post notifications bell. Like I said, only 67% of you that are non-subscribers are watching my videos. So we need to switch that around because 33% of you are subscribed and watching. We need to switch that around to 67 people subscribe and watching. And I would really appreciate the support and love, guys. Panther Nation, Pantherologist, thanks for tuning in. You know what to do. Keep pounding.